right, folks, we're Charlie Brito here with down in South Beach, also known as Sobe. We're concluding our week-long training that we normally have every other month down here. Right now, sitting next to me, we have Brent Fielding. Brent Fielding, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and where you're coming from?
I live in Utah. I flew out here to attend this training. My profession is actually, I used to work for General Motors and a couple of other companies doing computer animations and illustrations. I still love doing that, but I love making, I like the idea of being able to work for 2 hours a day and make my income and then go do my other hobbies and the other stuff that I like, and trading allows me to do.
Your brother, Tristan.
Yes, Tristan.
I think he got you into the Money Map, or you guys got into it together?
Tristan actually had been watching Money Map, the newsletter, stuff like that, for over a year. So we did a little bit of research on the internet, and then finally, at the end of March, we actually went into the trade room. We watched them do it. When we saw the Money Map, the actual lanes, and watched what the dynamics were that those provided for you. It takes the stuff that we saw on the charts and we couldn't fully understand, and it shifted it to a new paradigm. And that paradigm was suddenly so easy to see. We're like, oh my goodness, this is what we're looking for. And then the question is how accurate is it? And so I mean, personally, since it was what I was looking for, it took me all of about 2 days to decide. And I went and bought the software, and then I started following along. Probably the best analogy that I can use for it was, everyone was saying, "Well, look at this and watch this, and this is going to happen," and it would happen generally the way that they were saying, but I couldn't see it. It was like being without my glasses and foggy. I was like, what? So I'm trying it at home, and it kind of became a joke between me and my two brothers. Troy's my other brother that's doing this with us, so there's three of us. And the joke was, if you want to make a lot of money in Forex, do exactly the opposite of what Brent's doing.
No.
Because when I was trying this on my own, without any training other than the videos and trying to look at it, I couldn't see clearly. I didn't understand it, and so it became apparent that I needed some real solid training. And Tristan and I came out here.
A lot of what you're saying, yes, in the beginning you're saying, don't do what Brendan's done. We all have the same symptoms, and we see the big blue going up and down, but we just can't make two bits out of it, and basically the whole key was to figure out the configurations of these, these red and blue greens, and see where they're at. But we did have, we all have the similar, and there's many folks out there right now who are experiencing the same thing.
In my opinion, this is like, okay, you saw this really cool concept, a jet, and I got to have a plane. It can get me really far. And so you buy the plane shows up at your doorstep. There's a couple of key things on how to take off and how to land it, and you can crash it pretty quick. You need training. That's my opinion, and that's been my experience. And I was a little leery because there's a lot of stuff out there that people will charge you for, and then you come back going, what did that gain me? What was the value of that? So I took a step on this, and I'll tell you though, after the first day, after finally seeing clearly and having those things shown, I went back and I told Tristan, I said, that was definitely worth the money. That first day was worth the money for me. And then from then, it's just been a progression. And at the end of the week, I'm really surprised that I feel like not only is the fog kind of diminished, but my glasses are back on and everything has come into focus. I have a long way to go.
Not that long.
Well, I'm hoping that time-wise it's short.
We can't be chasing the horizon because we never get to the horizon.
But I can look at the past and I can see where I was in a week. And I went home and I pulled up the chart with Tristan and I said, just take a look at this. It's not necessarily a great chart, and I'm not putting all the pieces together, but just based off of this, I would sell here because of what I see. And then and right about here, and so I was kind of talking through the game plan and I always write I'd always do this. Always write down your game plan. So as I see something on the charts, I write it down first. What am I looking for? So I was kind of doing this verbally with him. And by the time we were done, in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I didn't really pay attention to it, but because I was just kind of pointing out different stuff. He goes, my gosh, you haven't lost one trade yet. Now, that's not always typical. Now, here's the lawyers coming in giving you the disclosure. But I was surprised because, and impressed that I'd gone from losing just about every trade that I tried to figure out on my own to now just being able to look at it clearly. In those examples, the 4 or 5 examples that I used with them, we pulled out like 20 or 30 pips.
That's fantastic.
In 30 minutes on a slow Asian market where I was just, I was just trying to point out some of the things that I'd seen, some of the things that I'd learned. And even he had the exact same experience. He said, okay, Brent, I'm listening to you, but I don't see what you're seeing. And we're like, it's right here. You got to look. It's right. And that's what this training's done for.
Now, I know you're going to be spending a couple of more weeks or a couple of months with us here.
Yeah, my plan was, and I made this plan before understanding the training and stuff, but my idea was, if I'm wanting to be trained by Armando in his style, which is being much more selective and really picking the proper trades rather than being in and out of a lot of them, wait until you get the right one and then you grab it. I wanted to reinforce that by coming back here and spending a week trading live with him. When I say live, I mean like while he's doing it, not
Sure.
live accounts. And then I go home. I've got to visit my family in Utah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, my idea was I'm here for 1 or 2 weeks trading. I take it home. I take care of my family while I'm trading live there and figuring things out. And then I come back and get it reinforced. And I bounce back and forth until it's ingrained in me.
Okay.
Or until my wife decides to move here.
Absolutely. Right. Now, is there one particular station that would you like to keep to be yours?
That one right there.
That you can't have. How about the one that you...
I was told I could have that one. I was already told.
I'm just kidding. Brent, thank you
as
very
close
much.
to Armando as I can.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. But it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. There you go, folks. Brett Fielding.